Hello, and welcome to Grow Globally with Amazon Ads. My name is Reed Mitchell, and I'm a marketing specialist with Amazon Ads. During the session, we'll touch on the following: why you should consider expanding your advertising to other countries, review success stories from brands that took this step to expand globally. We'll walk through helpful features to help you get started advertising in more countries. And finally, we'll leave you with starting strategies and best practices to help you grow your Amazon business globally. Although we'll be designating some time at the end for live Q&A, feel free to submit your questions in advance as they come up, or if you came into the session with questions. Before we get into more details on advertising globally, I want to provide a quick refresher on our sponsored ad products. These are our self-service solutions that let you promote the products you sell in Amazon stores with ads targeted by keywords, products, or audiences. These ads give you multiple targeting options. You can easily control your budget and bids, and they also provide you with clear reporting. You might already be using some of these to help promote your products and brand on Amazon, or you might be new to them. Our ad products include sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. We also have solutions that sellers enrolled in Amazon Brand Registry can use at no additional cost. These are stores, posts, Amazon Attribution, Amazon Live, and Brand Follow. Just a reminder that products and features may not be available in all locales, so if you see features or advertising solutions missing in other countries when you begin to start advertising, it's most likely because that feature is not yet available in that region. Once your ad is launched, it may appear in Amazon shopping results, on product detail pages, or in the case of sponsored display, on third-party sites off of Amazon. With these ads, you also decide how much you want to spend on your campaigns, and you pay only when your ad is clicked. As an advertiser, you'll be able to measure your impressions, clicks, click-through rate, number of new-to-brand shoppers, and advertising spend, as well as analyze your return on ad spend by looking at sales and conversion reporting. I won't go into detail here on the individual advertising products offered, but if you're interested, you can attend our next session, Tips for Optimizing Your Sponsored Ads Campaigns. In this session, we want you to take a step back and think bigger about your business and your brand. With Amazon Ads, you're able to reach customers globally. We currently offer advertising solutions in North America, Europe, and Asia, and you can see the specific regions now on screen. You have the opportunity to advertise in any of these countries as long as you are selling in these countries. Now, before we start talking about ways to expand advertising internationally, let's first look at why you would consider doing it. The first main reason is to grow your customer base. One of the reasons why you might want to advertise globally is that it can help you reach millions of potential shoppers on an international scale, so you can increase your customer base as a result. Let's see what Patrick Albus, who is the CEO of Creative Pet Alliance, has to say about advertising globally. He states, "Advertising with sponsored ads in multiple countries in Europe helped me reach and engage customers we could have not reached otherwise." Another reason is that you may also help increase your returns. By expanding your advertising, you can find new growth opportunities, since each country can mean a possible higher return on your ad investment. To help further support this, here at Amazon, we found that advertisers see an average return on advertising spend of 2.2 times higher 2 months after launching sponsored product campaigns in a country other than their domestic region. By taking your advertising globally, you also improve your brand and product visibility year-round. Advertising in multiple countries can also add a layer of protection from sales fluctuations in your domestic region. You can create ads during local holidays and peak sales periods in other countries to help expand your total reach. For example, you may consider advertising in El Buen Fin in Mexico, Boxing Day in Canada and the UK, and Epiphany in France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. This isn't an exhaustive list by any means, but it represents some potentially important opportunities for you to reach additional Amazon shoppers with your products and your message. And finally, when it comes to advertising in other regions, it's simpler than you probably think it is. You don't need to be fluent in local languages to create campaigns. You can leverage automatic targeting, where Amazon matches your ad with keywords and products that are similar to the products in your ad to generate keywords, and within a matter of minutes, you can launch a sponsored products campaign. You could then use your advertising reports, like you do in your domestic country, to learn about how customers are finding your products in the country you are advertising in. We'll talk about more features that can help you later on, but let's review what Ritu Java from PPC Ninja has to say. When it comes to advertising in other places, the biggest hurdle is often the language. Knowing the right keywords to use in your campaigns is the most important thing. We learned that using automatic targeting campaigns is a very good starting point in order to learn how customers are discovering your products on Amazon in these local languages. You can then use those terms in your manual campaigns and start reaching those customers. Now that we've looked at some reasons why you'd consider expanding your advertising into other countries, let's explore together what this looks like with two advertiser examples, Creative Pet Alliance and Phytodoxia Lab. Creative Pet Alliance designs and manufactures high-quality pet toys and accessories designed with pet behaviors as their #1 principle. They started selling on Amazon in 2017 to help find a new way to engage new customers, gain more product visibility, and increase sales. Then in March of 2018, they started their first sponsored products campaign to help grow brand awareness and expand their reach to other countries. They ran the campaign as a test in the UK and then came to launch campaigns in Germany, Italy, Spain, and France. Based on their experience advertising in multiple countries, Creative Pet Alliance recommends the following. Making sure all product listings are ready to help customers make purchase decisions. This includes checking that their detail pages have helpful information, like a product description and bullet points, plus quality, high-resolution images. They also recommend attending Amazon Ads webinars, which help the brand learn strategic advertising tactics so they can be more confident with their campaigns and optimizations. The third recommendation is to start with an automatic targeting sponsored products campaign in each country. This helped Creative Pet Alliance learn and avoid the need to understand local languages. And finally, they recommend downloading and reviewing reports every 2 weeks, which helps them continue to optimize campaign performance into the future. Creative Pet Alliance uses their automatic campaigns to guide their strategy for manual sponsored product campaigns. They rely on their search term report and the suggested Amazon keywords to build and launch those campaigns, again, without being fluent in other languages. They start by selecting the best performing search terms in their search term report based on the metrics they have chosen to define success for their campaigns, and then add them, along with the provided suggested keywords, into their manual targeting campaigns. Another tip Creative Pet Alliance suggests to help reduce unnecessary spend and drive the right results they're looking for is to add terms that aren't performing to their goals as negative keywords, keeping their ads from showing when customers browse with these terms within their shopping queries. To do so, they again lean on their search term reports, checking click-through rate and advertising cost of sale. In this example report seen on the slide, based on the insights, they decide to add the customer search term Lay's 2-meter Caesar Milan as a negative exact match keyword in their manual campaign, since their broad match keyword is placing for this customer search term and it's showing a poor performance when reviewing ACoS. After doing so, their broad match keyword will no longer bid on this exact customer search term, helping limit ad spend for placements that do not perform well for the broad match keyword. Now, let's see the approach that Phytodoxia Lab takes with their advertising campaigns. First, some background on the brand. They're a micro enterprise selling personal care products with the private label Phytodoxia, and they started selling on Amazon in April of 2017. Their first listings included 2 products, a Hypericum and Echinacea oil and a Hypericum and Echinacea floral water. Later in 2019, they expanded their catalog and also started advertising their best-selling products. They've been present in every available European country since they listed their first 2 products, which began selling mainly in Italy and the UK. Currently, over half their monthly sales take place in Germany, a country they didn't start their business or advertising in at first. Their aim with advertising in other countries was to help increase sales. Plus, having the ability to reach a wider audience has helped them not only see greater growth opportunities, but reduce risk since they found that some of their products sell better in certain regions than others. Their Hypericum oil, for example, sells well in Italy, where customers use it as an anti-aging facial cosmetic product. For the rest of Europe, it's used for its other properties. Based on everything they've learned from their campaigns, Phytodoxia Lab has a few strategies to share. You might find some similarities with that of Creative Pet Alliance's strategies, which highlights that these strategies can be good to try when you start expanding your advertising. The first tip is to make sure your listings have quality images, precise descriptions, and A+ content if you are brand registered. These elements can help customers have a better experience with your product detail pages and can also help you see a better return on your advertising investment. Then, once your products are set up for success, start with a sponsored products automatic campaign so you can learn how customers are shopping and looking for your products and products like yours. Phytodoxia Labs says that they start with a lower profile budget and bid. And if the campaign is performing to their goals, they'll increase the bid to help gain more of those same results. Their third best practice is to download your search term report and pay close attention to metrics you're using to define success, like impressions, clicks, or ACoS. The metrics you decide on in measuring success depends greatly on the goals that you set for your campaigns. If you're looking to grow your awareness, use impressions as your metric for defining success. If you're wanting to increase consideration for your campaigns, you may want to look to your clicks and click-through rates. And finally, if your main objective is conversions or product purchase, lean on ACoS and ROAS in defining campaign success. And lastly, use those learnings to launch a manual targeted sponsored products campaign. To get the best results, they use all three match types: broad, phrase, and exact. From there, you can review keyword performance, increase or lower bids when needed, apply negative targeting to help control your ad spend, or even pause keywords and match types that are not performing well according to the goals you set for your campaigns. As an important note, advertising in specific countries isn't possible unless you're already selling in those countries. If you've already started to sell in other countries, then you're already ahead of the game. But for those of you who have yet to start, let's get into how you can begin to start selling globally. First, as a seller, you'll need to ensure you're set up to sell in specific regions. If you're not already, here's how to get started. First, log into Seller Central with your current account. Under Inventory, navigate to the Sell Globally page. Second, select the region you want to sell in, for example, Europe, to create a new selling account. Amazon will then pre-populate registration fields on your behalf based on previously entered information. And third, complete your registration and your accounts will be automatically linked. You can then learn more with the Build International Listings tool, which makes it easier to create listings across regions using your current inventory and product information. You can monitor sales, orders, and buyers' messages across countries from a single Sell Globally page. Starting to advertise globally may seem like a big task, but you can actually approach it in 3 simple steps. For step 1, in the country navigation menu in Seller Central, which appears at the top right corner, toggle to another region account. Step 2, select advertising in the main navigation, then Campaign Manager. You will then be redirected to the advertising console of the locale where you'd like to start advertising. And step 3, click Start Advertising Now, followed by the ad solution you prefer. As I mentioned earlier, we generally recommend sponsored products to create your first campaign in these selected countries. Taking this action will automatically register you to advertise across all eligible countries. Now we'll take a look at some features that can help make advertising in multiple countries easier and more intuitive. We'll start with a feature available for all countries, Manager Accounts. If you operate in multiple countries, you can now link multiple country-specific accounts into a single regional manager account. You can link European accounts for the UK, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain, or you can link North American accounts for the US, Canada, and Mexico. It's common for advertisers to sell and advertise multiple brands within a single advertising account. But let me ask you, how much time and effort does it require you to switch back and forth? Now, you can manage all your brands in a single comprehensive view. If you manage multiple brands with Amazon, a manager account is also a great tool to consolidate all your advertising in a single dashboard. If you're an advertiser or agency who operates multiple account types, such as both a seller and vendor advertising account or vendor and KDP author account, you can now use manager accounts for a consolidated view of your metrics, billing, and user management. Finally, you can also link both your ad product campaigns and DSP advertising into a single viewing dashboard so that you can measure total aggregate spend and ROAS across all of your ads. Like I mentioned, a manager account lets you manage all your advertising in a single dashboard, and there are some benefits to that as well. First, the manager account dashboard allows you to easily access a comprehensive view of alerts and metrics for all your linked accounts. Second, a manager account gives you a consolidated list of billing actions on the billing and payments page. Using the billing dashboard, you can view payment status, amounts due, and unpaid invoices for all accounts that have been linked. So, for example, when you invite your finance team, they can also view and export all unpaid invoice details in a CSV file for all added accounts in your manager account. Simply just click to the billing and payments page of individual accounts to complete the payment or take corrective action. And last, but certainly not least, with a manager account, you can easily manage all your users in a single dashboard, giving them different levels of access. So for example, when a new team member joins your staff, you can invite them to your manager account, and they can get started with all your brands right away. Creating a manager account is self-service, available to all advertisers, and can be completed in 2 steps. In the advertising console, click your account dropdown in the header bar and select Manage Your Accounts. Enter your manager account information by giving it a name and self-identifying as either an advertiser or an agency. And finally, link all your accounts. You could do this by selecting from a pre-populated list or requesting access to an account if you don't already have access to it. The last feature I want to talk about today is one that's available during campaign setup for international countries, and this is keyword localization. As you may know, with manual campaigns, you choose the keywords or the products you want to target. And with that, some of you might have been wondering throughout today's presentation, how can I set up my targeting if I don't understand the language? You can make use of this new feature to choose recommended keywords that best suit your campaigns and advertising goals. To access it, you'll go to your advertising console, create a new campaign, select manual targeting, and scroll down to the suggested keywords list. There, you'll see relevant translations below each suggested keyword, helping to remove language barriers and make choosing the right keywords for your campaigns easier. As a reminder, suggested keywords are provided based on the advertised products you have added into your campaigns during campaign setup. You can add the keywords that you want and edit keywords and bids after you add them into your keywords list. You may also see a suggested bid and a suggested bid range here. The suggested bid provides you with an estimate of bids that have been used by other advertisers for products such as yours. The purpose of this range is to help you get started with advertising, and more specifically, advertising in other countries. To wrap up today's session, and to help you take that next step to expand advertising in more countries, let's review the strategies and best practices outlined today. You can get started quickly and easily by creating a sponsored products campaign that uses automatic targeting. Amazon does the work of matching your ad to keywords and products that are similar to yours. And beyond that, it's a great way to discover how shoppers find and buy your products in other countries. You can refer to your search term report for these insights, which you can directly use in a manual targeted campaign. Identify the terms that are driving the most clicks and sales for you, and use these in a keyword targeted manual campaign. You can set the best performing terms as exact match keywords, which can help generate the most relevant traffic to your ads. You can create a manual keyword targeted sponsored products campaign. In addition to the keyword ideas you get from your search term report, you can also use Amazon's suggested keywords in your campaign. In parallel, you can create a product targeted manual campaign. With product targeting, you're able to target specific products, categories, or brands that are similar to the product in your ad, helping shoppers find your products when browsing detail pages and categories. When creating a product targeted campaign, you can either choose from the suggested categories or search for categories to target. The categories will show in your language of preference. To target individual products, you can either select the suggested products that appear or enter the ASINs of products similar to your advertised products. Remember to check your reports regularly to understand your performance and find opportunities to optimize. Just as you do with campaigns in your domestic country, look at key metrics like impressions, click-through rate, cost per click, return on ad spend, and advertising cost of sale to see if your campaigns are performing to the goals that you've set. And take advantage of other features that can help make advertising easier for you. These include creating a manager account, using suggested bid, and using bulk operations, just to name a few. Like mentioned previously, suggested bid provides you with an estimate of bids that have been used by other advertisers for products such as yours. It can help you get started more confidently. With bulk operations, instead of making changes to campaigns individually within Campaign Manager, you can make broad-scale changes using a single spreadsheet. It's an efficient way to manage multiple campaigns, keywords, ads, and ad groups. There are so many opportunities that come from taking your advertising to a global level. By implementing these starting strategies that we've covered today, you'll be on your way to growing your business and advertising on a global scale.